Hey everybody, welcome back to Hockeybar. It is Tuesday, the 5th of February, and we got some stuff to go through, so let's get to it. And first is about Maple Leafs' Auston Matthews, one of their bigger stars in their organization. Young star, definitely, obviously. He's 21 years old, too, and he's got a lot of important accolades to his name already. And he's young, too, so the Maple Leafs have a lot to be happy for. But there's a little uncertainty about the trade deadline and everything. His contract was up at the end of the year, but it looks like they're going to keep him. They signed him for 5 years more, um, and he's going to be making 58.17 million out of in those next 5 years. I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I do kind of think that eventually you're going to run out of cap space, and I don't know how the Maple Leafs have been getting through that. I know they've traded guys like Muzzin, or not Muzzin. I'm drawing a blank here, but he went to Vancouver a couple months ago. I know they've been trying to create cap space by getting rid of all those guys that are kind of like low on their totem pole, but I don't know exactly. I don't know how they're doing this because I don't know how they could afford this, and also when they paid Nylander off with a huge deal. I don't know how they're doing that. I feel like they're going to be in hell one day, salary cap wise, but anything can happen. I don't know. And this is kind of a sad thing. You hate to see it in hockey. It's one of the worst things. One of the worst sights. The defenseman for the Canucks, Alex Edler, had a face-first collision right down onto the ice surface, right to his face. He couldn't get up, so they had to bring a stretcher out. That's something you never want to see. It looked like, if you watch the video, it looked like he was kind of, his stick, it looked like, got caught in one of the Philadelphia players' skates. I think it was Jason Voracek. So, hockey's a dangerous sport, but you never want to see that happen. I mean, it happens, but it's not something you want to see. Definitely not in professional league, not with kids, anybody. Hockey is, a great sport, and yeah, there's its dangers, and you never want to see stuff like this. Now, on a lighter note, we can move to the games to watch tonight. So first off is the Golden Knights visiting the Lightning. So these teams don't play each other a lot, but they're both very good. Vegas at the top of the West almost. Tampa's at the top of the East. So it's a pretty even match, I'd say. Not entirely, though. I'd say the Lightning do have the advantage. Goaltending-wise, though, I would say Vegas does. Marc-Andre Fleury against Andrei Vasilevsky. Very even, I think. But I'd give the veteran Fleury a better standing point. So I don't know what to expect from this one. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be fun to watch. And I'm kind of excited, actually, about it. And then second game of the watch is San Jose playing the Jets. Okay, so both of these teams have been kind of near the top the entire season. San Jose's a little below Winnipeg. Winnipeg's been consistent, so is San Jose. It's been about the same for the last probably month or so. So that's a little interesting how that works. Jets definitely got good offense. So does San Jose. If you put a line of, like, let's say we put line A, Wheeler, and Myers, and then you put a line of Pavelski, Burns, and Couturier. Or not Couture, not Couturier. Couturier is Phil Ayers. Couture is San Jose. So you got two decent first lines right there, and I'm sure the score will be high. I mean, if Winnipeg could score 9 on Anaheim, they probably can't get that many on San Jose because San Jose has a defense that's much to be desired with, like, Carlson and Thornton. But we can see how this happens. Kind of obviously will be in favor of the Jets, but anything can happen. And then our last game to watch is kind of an unconventional one. It's out in Edmonton tonight. Blackhawks and Oilers. They're both kind of at the bottom of the Western Conference, so both these teams have struggled. Okay, this is common knowledge, I think, in hockey. One thing about Edmonton is that they've got good players, they just can't win. And then same is true with Chicago. The Chicago's just filled with veterans. They're without Hossa this year because he's getting some treatment for a disease he's got. So that's kind of a loss to them. It's not the end of the world though. I wouldn't say Hossa made the team by any means, but they haven't picked up slack at all compared to how they. I know they didn't make playoffs last year, but I don't think it should be over for the Blackhawks. Currently, right now, Oilers have 51 points and the Blackhawks have 49. So if the Oilers lose this one, Blackhawks will be tied with them. I mean, in regulation. So if anything, Edmonton needs to push it to overtime or just win the game, and then they won't have a threat in their division or in the conference because their divisions are different. Chicago's in the Central and Edmonton's in the Pacific. So there's no problems there, but keeping themselves afloat in the conference when Chicago's that close, Edmonton should really come through with this one, hopefully. And then now moving on to stats. Still in the same position, Kucherov with 80 points and 58 assists. He's going to be something to watch tonight. Ovechkin's playing tonight too. He's got 37 goals on the season. And then Giordano's at a plus 30, along with a lot of other Flames. So they're still leading the plus minus. And then at goalies, both guys playing tonight. Hopefully Leonard isn't confirmed, and Fleury is. So hopefully Leonard can keep his 202 goals against average, 93.2 save percentage, because that's very good. Something to see every so often. Not a lot of goalies can maintain that for so long, and he's been able to keep his stats up. And then maybe we'll see another win from Fleury. I put doubts against shutout, but because Tampa Bay can score a lot. But anything can happen, like I say, a lot. So in the end, I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Hockeybar. If you haven't already, do make sure you hit the subscribe button. We upload here daily. So if there's something you're interested in, that's great. We hope to see you and get some support from you, and we appreciate every one of you. So again, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.